Hey everybody, you're with Clayton Warwick at themusicninja.com. We're in Boulder, Colorado, getting ready to see the Avicii show. Before we head in, we're going to sit down with the man himself and ask a couple of questions. Thanks for sitting down with us today.
No, it's my pleasure, bro.
I think first and foremost, got to ask, how did you decide on the name Avicii?
Well, it's just kind of like a spontaneous thing. I was choosing my MySpace page at the time, and a friend of mine had been telling me about Avicii, and it kind of means like the lowest levels, like a Buddhist hell. And I was picking a MySpace page, and everything else was taken, and I kind of just remember that name and just run with it.
I think one thing a lot of people would like to know is, what's the difference between when you produce under your real name and you produce under Avicii? Can you walk through the difference in those?
No, the difference is just a way for me to have a couple of different outlets for my music. So Tim Berg is kind of more experimental, and then Avicii is kind of just straight up like what I've been doing.
Yeah.
What the fans know, you know.
So, did you get into producing music at a young age? Were you classically trained, or is this something that you just kind of picked up?
Oh no, not at all. I think I started when I was 16. Was the first time, or 16 or 17, was the first touched the program or whatever, and I didn't know anything about any instruments. So.
Wow. One thing we've heard you say a lot is, how much you love your manager Ash. Can you kind of talk to how important it is to have a great manager as an up-and-coming producer?
For me personally, it's just meant the world. Just because we've been through on this road together. When we started working together, I was nothing, he was nothing, but we've done kind of together, and he's done an amazing job, and he's really made the right decisions for me in general, and I wouldn't be anywhere near here if it wasn't for him, you know.
So obviously 2011 was a huge year for you. I mean, you played at undoubtedly the largest venues in the world. Do you have any highlights?
Yeah, I would say EDC Vegas is probably one of my biggest highlights, just because of the amount of people. It was the biggest crowd I've ever played for, and they were really, but they were still really into it and really energetic.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely want to make it out there this year.
Oh, you should.
Yeah. So speaking of huge years, 2011, you obviously have Sunshine up for a Grammy. Congratulations on that.
Yeah,
what was it like working with David Guetta?
Great. I mean, he's a really cool guy. He's been helping me out a lot as well. He's been supporting me from the start, and he's just one of those guys where he knows exactly where to take the project, and he knows how to. It was just really easy to work with him.
So obviously, I'm with musicninja.com. I got to ask you, how do you feel about the music blogging industry? How do you feel about hype machine charts, things like that?
I mean, I've been doing stuff with blogs for ever since I started. Even before I met Ash, I was leaking stuff on blogs. So, I mean, I definitely see the way that they're helping artists right now, and because there's so many followers on some of these blogs, you know, so it really makes a huge difference. I don't see the difference between a blog and a newspaper, and it's the same thing. You're
at a point in your career where you could work with pretty much anybody. Is there anyone that you would love to do a collaboration with? Yeah,
my dream collaboration would definitely have to be either Adele or Chris Martin from Coldplay or something. Yeah, that would be really cool.
Just finally, what's your plans for 2012? You got anything big on the horizon we should know about?
We have so many things lined up that I just can't wait to see where it actually ends up.
We're looking forward to it, man.